Hello bookworms! Today I'm going to be showing you the longest books that are currently on my TBR. I'm actually hoping that by the time that this video goes up there are 2 of them that I will have read, but we'll see if that happens, and I'm going to include them here anyway. I think you'll know what they are once I get to them. So I'm actually going to be showing you the books in order from shortest longest book on my TBR to longest book on my TBR. Coming in at number 8 is Wool by Hugh Howey, and this book is 509 pages and it is an adult science fiction read, and it is about a world where there is like an airborne virus. If you breathe in the air around you, you can die, and every time that somebody is born, someone else has to die. And I know a couple of people who have read it and really enjoyed it, so I have been wanting to read this one for a couple of years and I have not yet done that. Coming in at number 7 is Leviathan Wakes by James S. A. Corey. This book is 561 pages, and this is one of the ones that I am hoping to have read by the time this video goes out, or hoping to read shortly thereafterward. I've been talking about this one for a while, like talking about how I plan on reading it, and I still haven't done that, so shame on me. It's also an adult science fiction novel, and I really enjoyed the sci-fi television show adaptation of it, so I really want to read the book so that I can see what the differences are and just delve deeper into this interesting space world. Coming in at number 6 on my list is Night Film by Marisha Pessl, and this book is 593 pages, and it follows the daughter of like a famous director and her dad. So he dies, but I think it's a murder, and it's about her like inspecting that murder and trying to figure out the real story behind what happened, because I don't think that the case is actually seen as a murder. I don't think that it's actually seen as a homicide, but then she starts uncovering some secrets about her dad and things come out and it sounds good. Coming in at number 5 on my list is Lair of Dreams by Libba Bray. This book is 613 pages, and this is the second book in the Diviner series. It's a historical paranormal series that takes place in the 1920s in New York City. I really thoroughly enjoyed the first book. There was such a long gap between the first and the second that I haven't actually gotten to the second yet, because it's just been like so many years, and I might have to go back and reread the first book before I jump into this one, because I don't know if I'll be able to fully remember like all of the details if I were to just start reading this one. But the third one is coming out soon, and with each book release comes an even worse cover, which is really sad and really turning me off. But I'm hoping that maybe with the 4th book they'll get like a great cover change, and then those will be like the ones that I stick with, because I loved the first cover more than anything, and the second one was like not great, and now the third one is just awful. So that is one of the reasons that I have been deterred from reading this book, because I'm just like, what are you doing? Coming in at number 4 on my list is Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor. This is actually tied with Lair of Dreams because it is also 613 pages, and this is the final concluding book to the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. I don't know why I haven't read this one yet. I really wanted to read this before I read Strange the Dreamer, but I didn't, and I just read Strange the Dreamer, and I really loved that book. So now this is Laini Taylor's only book that is currently in publication that I have not yet read, so I need to do that, but then also I'm like, but then I won't have anything else to read. So I'm really looking forward to Muse of Nightmares, but I really do want to finish out this trilogy. Number 3 on my list is Red Seas Under Red Skies by Scott Lynch, and this is the second book in the Gentleman Bastard series. The first book is The Lies of Locke Lamora, and I really enjoyed that one. It was a really fun adult fantasy story, and I definitely am looking forward to continuing on and reading the second book. But the reason that I've been waiting on this one is because the 4th book in the series just keeps getting like pushed back and pushed back, so I want to read it, but then I don't want to read the 2nd and 3rd book and then not have a 4th book to get to, so that's why I've been putting this one off. Number 2 on my list is Tower of Dawn by Sarah J. Maas. This is the other book that I'm hoping to either have read or at least have started by the time this video comes out. This is the 6th book in the Throne of Glass series. It was originally book 5.5 until Sarah went and wrote 672 pages about good old Kale. So I have to read this one. Actually, now it's essential that you read this book if you're planning on finishing the Throne of Glass series, which I know a lot of people are not happy about, but I am going into it very optimistically because Sarah's books have yet to disappoint me thus far. I really do like the world that Throne of Glass is set in, so I am interested in seeing some more of like the dynamics and the things that are going on in places where Selena isn't necessarily directly involved in at the moment in her story. And then coming in at number 1 is The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. This one is 781 pages, so it is by far the longest one on this list. And it's the second book in the Mistborn trilogy, or the first Mistborn trilogy actually. So I really have wanted to read this one for a while. I just haven't, and I don't know why. I really have no good reason. I really do want to read this one, so I should do that. So those are the 8 longest books that are currently on my TBR. Let me know if you have read any of them, and let me know what the longest book on your TBR is. I know sometimes it can be like intimidating to pick up one of those long reads, but then I read something like A Conjuring of Light, which was 624 pages, and I'm just like, I read this so quick because it was so good. So I don't know why the size will sometimes turn me off from doing so. I need to like get over that because it's just not always the case. So I just need to get over that because a lot of times the long books tend to be my favorite books. So yeah, I need to just like go for it. That's all that I have for this video, and I will see you guys soon in a new one. Bye!